It looks like Wizards of the Coast has finally archived the Archivist.
Today we're looking at the revised Unearthed Arcana, Order of Scribes.
Welcome to the Home Brew Crew. I'm Tony, this is Sean, and today we're going over the new version. We've gone into the Order of Scribes now, from the Archivist to the Order of Scribes.
Yes, which used to be an Artificer class.
Right, but it's back where it belongs, because the whole thing was always about wizards and scrolls and flying books and all that.
It was a bit of a stretch.
It was. And I always think of an artificer as tinkering with stuff, right?
Yeah, exactly. And this one kind of makes more sense with being a wizard, because we get more of like into the scrolls, into the spell casting, into the spell book, and you'll see that this class involves a lot of that and still includes some of the old features from that artificer subclass.
Now, it is different, and yes, we will pull out our Class-o-Matic.
Of course, patent pending.
But the thing is, it's hard to compare it to the old one, because the old one was an artificer and this one's a wizard.
Yeah, they were kind of built to do different things.
Right, so we're just going to kind of show you this one here. So, Class-o-Matic. Here we go. So this one is more damage and support, and then a little bit social.
Yeah, it has a lot of features where it can, swap out spell damages, cast spells from different locations. So the damage is definitely there and the support is definitely there. There's a little bit of social with some of the things that you can technically do with some of the features. And this class is not built to take any damage at all. So don't try and tank with this. Yeah.
This guy does not go on the front line.
No, usually not, hopefully. So.
But we should definitely take a look at it here,
yes,
right?
Yeah. And at level 2, you get 2 abilities, which are really, really cool.
Right. So the first one is Wizardly Quilt.
Yes, your magic marker. So this one is really cool. So you have a quill that doesn't require ink. The gold and time that you required to write a new spell into your spellbook is now halved, and you can erase anything with a bonus action as long as you're within 5 feet of the text, and it goes away.
That's right. You can sit there and jot down something and go, wait a minute, and then you just kind of erase it. Right?
Exactly. Neat little thing. So.
Right. But they also get another one at second level as well.
Yeah, so the other part of this class is the spellbook, and this is Awaken Spellbook. So essentially, your spellbook becomes your spellcasting focus, so now you can just have to hold your book. There's other cool things that you can do with this. It actually switches the damage type of a spell that you're casting with another damage type of a spell that you know in your book. So
long as you already have it scribed in the book and you're using a spell slot to do it. Now, you think, oh, that's not that important. We use spell slots all the time. Not this guy. There's other things that this one can do.
Yeah.
And that brings us into the Master of Scrivener.
Yeah, so this one's pretty interesting. So once per long rest, you can actually create a scroll. Now, this spell can only be first or second level, but when you make the scroll, it's actually freely upgraded a level above.
Right, you just kind of get a bonus. Yeah, it's like when you go to Applebee's or something, and they give you an extra baked potato.
Right, you're just supersizing your meal here. So the nice thing is that the spell comes in a little bit more potent. And the important thing is that you're making a free spell scroll. Right,
so you can carry the scroll with you. Only you can read it, though. It's not like you can hand it off to somebody. I'd still like to see that made a feature.
Should be a really cool feature, yeah.
But it is kind of awesome because you're not using a spell slot now to cast that. You just cast it directly from the scroll.
Yeah, exactly. And this class is going to do that a couple times in those other features, so it's kind of a theme.
Now, speaking of themes and books and lore and things like that, Manifest Mind.
Yeah, this is a feature that they still continued from that Artificer subclass. So essentially, as a bonus action, you kind of summon this spectral construct, and I like the description. It can be like a little tome. It could be like a little person of a scholar that you can kind of summon this little.
Are you kidding me? I would make it like my back in the 90s. I had a Lisa Frank diary.
Did you? Really?
Similar thing, yeah. The Lisa Frank diary. It had 2 dolphins on the front.
Oh my god, well, hopefully it won't be the same like neon colors, but you can basically summon out this, construct that can take the form of whatever you wish.
Yeah.
And it's really, really cool. It does a couple of different things. It can move around and it hovers around.
It flies?
They fly now.
Wonderful.
I know.
Yeah, it's kind of an interesting thing too, because you can make it look like anything, but I can see it, just a open book like that,
like
just
flying,
kind of flapping around kind of thing.
But besides, being a little comical, it does a couple of useful things. You can put your senses into it, so you can actually see and hear through it. You kind of block out your own senses, and you can actually kind of do some little reconnaissance with this thing. Which is really cool.
Got dark vision with that, and you have to concentrate on it. When you're doing it. It's not casting a spell, but you have to concentrate on it. You can not only fly, see, and all those kind of things through it, but you can also cast through it.
Yeah, that's a major thing because this thing can go out pretty far. And, you know, depending on where you're positioned with the book or whatever it is, this could be a lot of good strategy when you're casting your spells, when you're kind of trying to position yourself between you and your Manifest Mind ability.
Right. Now, they up this even one more time.
Yes, they sure do.
With this last one here, and that is one with the word.
Yes, so first of all, you can now teleport and swap places with your book as an action.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like this awesome free little Misty Step dimension door kind of thing, which is really cool.
And it's good for getting behind the monster.
It is.
You know, like, okay, book, you go in the front of the monster. I'll be back here.
Exactly.
Just, you know, like that. But they also get some awesome stuff with that too, because they have a death save ability, basically.
Yeah, so basically the way that this works is if you die, like full on die, you fail all 3 of your death
as wizards normally do.
Right, of course.
If they get, you know, into the fray.
As long as you have at least a spell in your spell book, a minute later, you actually come back to life with 1 hit point, but at a very heavy cost.
You roll 3d6, and then you remove that level amount of spells from your spell book.
Yes.
So if you roll three threes,
get like a 9.
You get a 9. You can either delete a 9th level spell, which don't do that, or you know, 3 third levels.
Yeah, or whatever combination.
But here's the caveat: you can never learn or cast those spells ever again.
Yes.
You can't scribe them. You can't grab them from scrolls. You can't put them back in your book.
Yes, it is quite sad. They are permanently forgotten unless you use a wish, and it only brings one of those spells back too. You
know what's weird though? I thought something interesting about this is that, yes, it is a dramatic thing for a wizard to give up with that, but do you find it odd that it's a minute later? I mean, how many rounds do you go into combat usually?
Right, very few fights go longer than a minute, so honestly, this wizard's probably not going to come back until the party has hopefully defeated whatever the hell they're fighting, or they're all dead. Yeah,
and gone. Like he's lying on the ground, just does that, you know, open eyes thing.
Yeah, it's like, oh,
they're still here. Okay,
yeah,
back
exactly.
But it is an awesome class. I really like the changes they made to it. It definitely belongs more in a wizard than it does in the artificer. It just fits better here, right?
Yeah, a lot of the features that you notice, again, kind of go back into what we were mentioning earlier. There's a lot of like little support things you can do here. There's lots of great ways that you can do damage, not necessarily more damage, but ways to kind of do damage in a different way, which is really cool.
Right. And you can actually grab this thing. It is on the Wizards of the Coast website and on the D&D website there. It is an awesome supplement. It's got a few other ones in there too.
Yeah.
We reviewed one, the Phantom.
Which is very cool.
And maybe we'll review the third one coming up soon.
Yes, and it is important to leave your feedback on these subclasses. They actually are not going to continue the Automancy or the Psionics.
Well, it's fine. It'll come along eventually, and when it does, it'll be great. So how would you guys use this class? Is it something you're interested in playing? Do you like it? Do you not like it? Remember, don't even you can send your feedback to us, but definitely send it to Wizards of the Coast as well, because changes get made based on your decisions.
Yeah, and we do review more stuff than just Unearthed Arcana. We actually focus on homebrew stuff like races, classes, and monsters. So if you want to check that out, be sure to subscribe down below. And if you want to know exactly when we get a video out, make sure you hit the bell as well.
And remember, the best campaigns are always the ones that are homebrewed. So until next time, keep brewing.